Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be comparing the Koh Gen Do Moisture Foundation to the Koh Gen Do Aqua Foundation. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that the Koh Gen Do Aqua Foundation is probably my favorite foundation I've ever used, if not definitely top 2, top 3. But I had never tried any other Koh Gen Do products until very recently. I had also heard good things about the Koh Gen Do Moisture Foundation. So let's start off with the Koh Gen Do Aqua Foundation. It's really the product that Koh Gen Do is known for. I have used both the shade 012 and 002. I think this one is 002 in it. I feel like it is a little less pink than 012, so I do prefer this. I love the foundation very simply because it is a water-based foundation. It is extremely fluid. As you can see, it's like water. Super easy to blend out. I love it because it is the closest foundation I have found that gives coverage while also being skin-like. This is your skin but better makeup with actual coverage. It's actually quite buildable, which is, I feel, the reason why people really love it, because it feels like water on the skin, yet you can build up a lot of coverage and it never looks like there's makeup on the skin. I mean, if you look really close, you can tell. It is the closest thing I have ever found to not looking like makeup on the skin, which I understand is not for everyone, but for me personally, that is my preference. It is a very natural skin-like finish. So skin in general is not really glowy. It's not super dewy. It blends in with the skin texture so perfectly. Personally, I have dry skin, and I think this lasts a solid 8 hours on my skin without it ever looking dry, without it ever looking cakey whatsoever. I really can't say enough good things about the Koh Gen Do Aqua. So when I tried the Koh Gen Do Moisture Foundation, I obviously had very high standards because I love the Koh Gen Do Aqua so much. This is ultra blendable on the skin. Never looks heavy. It never exaggerates any dry patches. I'm wearing it today, and I think one of the reasons I really love the foundation is that it gives such a glow to the skin. Everything looks really fresh and quite dewy. By the way, I also have this one in the shade 002, and I feel like this one is slightly warmer and the 002 in the Aqua is slightly more neutral. Just in case you have a similar skin tone to me, you were kind of thinking about getting either one. Like I was saying before, whereas the Koh Gen Do is a little bit more skin-like, this one is a bit more glowy, dewy. Just like in the name, I totally think that this is a moisturizing foundation for sure. Never clinging on to any dry patches, but also never feeling greasy. And it does just feel like I have a moisturizer on my face. So just texture-wise, the Moisture Foundation is a little bit more of what you would expect from a typical foundation, whereas the Koh Gen Do is ultra lightweight. I do find that I use a little bit more product than I typically would, or maybe it just feels that way because it is a bit of a thicker product. I don't think that this is as buildable as the Koh Gen Do. I feel like this is a very light to medium coverage, whereas the Koh Gen Do can be light to a more solid medium coverage, maybe even to full if you really built it up. And I don't think that this one lasts quite as long as the Koh Gen Do. You can definitely get a solid 6-hour wear out of this. After that, even on my dry skin, it does look quite dewy, but I think the Koh Gen Do is definitely appropriate for normal dry combination skin types. And I've even heard that a lot of people with oily skin really enjoy it too. As a whole, I really enjoy both foundations, but if you think about it, you only get 0.7 ounces with the Moisture Foundation, whereas you get a full fluid ounce with the Koh Gen Do, which makes this even heftier of a price. Can't ask anyone to spend a lot of money on luxury makeup, but Koh Gen Do has easily become my favorite luxury brand. I feel like they just do face products so well, and face products are my favorite products to use and to buy, to try. So just as a quick recap, the Koh Gen Do is a lot more fluid than the Moisture foundation. I feel like the Koh Gen Do is a little bit more versatile, whereas it's suitable for dry, normal combination, and maybe even oily skin types. Whereas I think the Moisture foundation is better suited for normal to dry skin types. And it does have a little bit more of a typical foundation texture to it. Neither are heavy and both really blend into the skin. Koh Gen Do I think is a little bit more buildable, whereas the Moisture foundation, I think what you get is what you get. It could definitely be a sheer light coverage to a medium, but it won't go any higher than a light medium coverage. The Koh Gen Do is a more natural skin-like finish, whereas the Moisture foundation is a very dewy, hydrated look to the skin. If you have extremely dry skin, I think the Moisture foundation is actually the way to go. If you have a moderately or just slightly dry skin, I think either could work. If you guys have any other questions on the foundations, I would be happy to answer them. Subscribe if the video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.